Hello and welcome to my second YouTube video. As promised in the last one, I'm going to do this one on all the costumes that I have planned for the Walt Disney World Marathon weekend, and I will be doing my second Dopey. I did my first one in 2015 and this will be 2025, so you know, symmetry. It'll be fun. I have 4 separate costumes, of course, then planned, and in this particular case, for a couple of the races, I will be running them with friends. So actually 3 out of 4 of my race costumes are part of a larger group. So it'll be a little bit divorced from context, but Disney context, so you'll understand what I'm talking about regardless. Let's get started. All right, so obviously first up is the Walt Disney World 5K. This is going to be my second Walt Disney World 5K ever, actually. I think the only one I've done outside of this one is when I did the Dopey Challenge in 2025. Originally, it was just going to be me and Erica doing it, so we were going to I have 2 pairs of Spaceship Earth leggings, so we were just going to wear those and be just sort of an homage to Spaceship Earth, which deserves it. I wonder if they're still going to do the refurb. We'll get back to that. Anyway, so then my friend and cousin-in-law, Kate, picked up a charity bib so she could do the 5K with us as well. And she was like, well, send me the link to the leggings and I'll pick up a pair too. But it seemed sort of silly to get a whole new pair, like spending the money just for that short a race. So for some reason I was like, no, don't do that. You don't need to spend any more money. I'll go ahead and do Figment, and you guys can wear the Spaceship Earth leggings, and then we'll be sort of an Epcot homage. We'll expand the scope a little bit. I feel like Figment in the last couple of years has also deservedly become something of the Epcot mascot, and I hope he gets his much needed refurb. We're already way off track. Anyway, my costume for the 5K is going to be Figment, who I've done a couple times before, but every time I do it, I try to plus it a little bit as I become more confident in my costume assembly abilities. So we have to start, obviously, with the linchpin of the whole plan, which is with the Mickey ears. I have the slightly older Figment ears. These came out, I think, in like 2020, 2021. I got them in 2021. The new ones have more of the Figment body, but I think these are pretty cute, especially when you're being Figment. The purple and orange is obviously the motif we're going to be picking up on, so to go with this, I have a Girlfriend Collective set. I've got the sports bra and the pants. It pulls a little red in video, but it's more orangey in real life. It's not the exact same orange. This is a little more orangey, this is a little bit redder, but I feel like it's got that same pop, that same aggressive, non-Halloween-y kind of orange, so it'll work thematically. But then we have to pull the purple in, which is where my sparkle athletic skirt comes in. There we go. And I also have purple sparkle sleeves, unless it's like super crazy hot, in which case we may need to rethink this whole thing. A lot of the bases of the costumes I won't even be talking about because January in Florida, I've been there and it's been 30 degrees. I've been there and it's been 85 degrees. It could really be anything until we get to within like a week of marathon weekend. I'm not going to be making any definitive decisions in terms of like pants versus shorts, crop tops versus long sleeves, things of that nature. So that part is kind of a sketch. I do have orange shorts, so we might swap that in. If it's cold, however, I also have these rainbow leg warmers that I wore when I did the Rainbow Corridor for the 2023 Wine and Dine Challenge. That one was themed to Figment, the challenge. So I did Rainbow Corridor like they used to have in the old Imageworks. Gone but not forgotten. But that'll only be, these are kind of thick, so I think to put them over top of pants would be a lot. So that's only if it's pretty cold. And then finally, also a rainbow. I feel like rainbows go with Figment. I have this sparkly ribbon put on top of my bun. I think it'll be a nice little topper. So that's the 5K race costume number 1 down. All right, next up we have the Walt Disney World 10K. And I will be running that with Erica and Kate again. So we are going to do Lock, Shock, and Barrel from The Nightmare Before Christmas. And I am going to be Barrel, so he's the skeleton guy. To start, we're Gonna set a strong message with the ribcage top. I think everyone is going to understand that I am the barrel of the group right away. And to go with it, I have some arm and warmers and stockings and things that have bones on them. Again, kind of pending the weather. I figure this isn't unwrapping nicely. Bones. Come on, bones. A little stuck together because of the humidity here in Puerto Rico. You get the idea though. I think, right? I hope you get the idea. I'm gonna cut some of this out. All right, take 2 on the bone portion of the program. We got this leg, and then we have arms. Hey, that'll do it. So the arms are good, the legs I'm not 100% sure about, just because, again, of the heat problem, so I may not be at least like cutting out the bottom, the foot portion, and pulling them up over my socks. I'm not sure. We'll have to see. Florida weather, man. So to go with all that, the bones, I also have a white sparkle athletic skirt, linen, and then I made I made masks for all of us. And even though I'm just bare, I'm gonna show you all of them because I'm really proud of them. They're just made out of a sparkly foam. So we got the barrel mask. Ooh, that works pretty well. I like it. We got our shock mask. Wait, this is shock. The other one's lock, right? Yes, no. Yes? We'll fix it in post, but you get the idea. This one, that one, all together pretty good, right? I'm pretty happy with it. And then I'm also thinking when I get to Disney World, in the movie, Beryl has a giant lollipop he keeps licking, and of course in every single Disney resort gift shop, they always have candy in the giant lollipops. So I was thinking I'll pick up one of the giant lollipops and I can carry it during my race, and then I'll give it to Erica or Kate after because they have kids, so they can, we'll re-gift that. They'll love it. It'll be great. So that's the 10K. Wait, hold on, I lied. I also have this ribbon, and that's the 10K. Alrighty, for my next trick, we do the Walt Disney World half. And for this one, Erica and Kate are still part of it, but we're adding Becky, so now there are 4 of us, and we'll be doing all of the Aristocats. So Erica will be Duchess, Becky will be Toulouse, and Marie will be Kate, and I will be Berlioz, not the composer, the cat. So that was a joke for my mom. We start, of course, with cat ears, very important. That's the linchpin of this one. And then the ribbon, or not a ribbon exactly, he has a sort of kerchief in the movie. So I have, from when I did a couple years ago for the Wine and Dine 10K, I did the Tomato Girl from the end of Living with the Land. You know, when they have all the people with the different crops behind them from around the world, and the narrator says, only then will we truly living with the land. And there's the Tomato Girl who's like, yeah, I ran as her. And for that, I had this kerchief, because she has a kerchief. And I figured this will work really well for Berlioz, because he's got the same kind of little ribbon around his neck, but it's not like a bow. It's more open-ended. So this will work really well for that. And then to pick up the red, I also have a sparkle athletic skirt, and I have the corresponding sparkle bow. But then Berlioz himself is a sort of very dark gray, so I'll be using a dark gray tank for him. And then I'm not sure yet if I have what to do with arm warmers. Again, I'm not quite certain what the weather is going to require. I have one pair of black arm warmers, but I'm not quite sure which, if to apply them to this or my next costume. That's something that I could potentially even solve while I'm there, since I know that I've used Sparkle Athletic sparkle sleeves before and they work really well for me, so I could always pick up a new color, maybe a gunmetal. I know they have a gunmetal gray, I'm pretty sure. That could work, or if they have a black might be good. So, to be continued on that one, but that is the half. Okay, that brings us to the big one, the full marathon, and I will be doing the mayor from The Nightmare Before Christmas. And those of you who follow me on Instagram may be confused because I did a poll about a month ago asking people if I should run as Eve or run as the mayor. And I was truly torn because I have some fun ideas for both, and Eve won by like 66%. Eve was the big winner, but I decided I wanted to do the mayor anyway. I had, there was an Etsy source that I wanted to use for the hat that I couldn't be 100% sure would still be available a year from now, whereas the Eve costume elements will be easier for me to get. I just think it's gonna be really fun. I have some fun costume elements. So we'll start with the Etsy stuff in question. Here's the hat. How freaking cute is that? It's a little bit off kilter when you put it on. There we go. Now you're in. I love it. It's so cute. Not quite in frame, but very cute. I won't be running like this, so it'll all make more sense once I am standing up straight, as you might imagine. Awesome though. I love it. And then in the same seller had a mayor ribbon, so I'll pin my mayor ribbon, and I think just even these two things create a pretty strong understanding of what we're doing here. But I have some additional little costume elements that I'm excited about. First is these spiders. Of course, the mayor has his little spider bow tie, so what I'm going to do is take a black tank, probably a tank, and put a little bit of like white iron-on fabric right here to he technically in the movie he has a suit and like a blazer top and button up, that's the word I was looking for, a button up shirt underneath, and then the spider goes on top. So I figure I'll have like a little triangle to represent the shirt, and then I will take probably this black one. It's technically a hair clip, but I figure I'll clip it to the shirt and that should stay just fine. And then with the other two I can put them in my hair maybe. The mayor doesn't have that, but he could. We don't know what's under his hat. Could be anything. Could be spiders. Seems thematically appropriate. And then I also have, for his bottoms, this is technically a Jack Skellington skirt, but if you look at the mayor in the movie, he does have his own little pinstripey situation going on. So I thought this would be more fun than just plain black skirt, something with a little bit more visual excitement. So we'll be stealing that from Jack. And of course I have my sparkly bow for my hair. And this is the thing that I'm most excited about. I made this last night. I went on another Etsy seller who had the ping files. They were very high quality. I mean, I could have just gone on the internet and found something like this, I'm sure, and blown it up, but these were ready-made for me and it was only $2. So I figured, why go through the extra effort? So I printed out both sides of his face so that as I run, I can indicate how I'm feeling, and I think it'll make for some really fun photos. I feel like I'm recreating a very specific scene from Friends. Perhaps that's only in my head. Anyway, that's my mayor, and I'm pretty excited for that one. So yeah, that's the marathon. Okay, so those are all of my race costumes. They're just about ready. I described a couple of things I'm still waiting on. I do need to get a new shirt in because I was taking letters off of the one I was going to use for the mayor and accidentally scraped a hole in the shirt, which is not ideal. So I need to wait for a new one to come in. What else am I missing? I think that's about it. I think I'm almost ready. I'm way ahead of the curve this year because I knew I was making this video. So I guess I need to make videos of anything that I'm having trouble getting done. Is that the lesson that I'm taking away from this? Interesting. Maybe this YouTube thing will change my life in strange and unexpected ways. Who can tell? So this almost feels, how is this done already? The last video was so long. Yeah, so as I said in my first video, if you haven't watched that one, I'm just trying YouTube for now. We'll see how it goes. If you enjoyed this video, please do like and subscribe because it tells me that there is an appetite for these sorts of videos from me. And if you didn't, then don't, and I will get the message either way. I do have one more video planned to do something in early January, so sort of like pack along with me, so that for Dopey weekend, and I'll run through some of this stuff again very quickly, but a lot of it will be more the decisions that I've made in terms of my running outfits, and also what I'll be wearing in between the running outfits, maybe a little bit of planning chatter. We'll just sort of follow our instincts on that one. So thank you very much for spending this time with me. I hope you enjoyed this little deep dive into how my brain works. I spend all my time here, so I don't know if it's fun anymore. But if you liked it, as I said, like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.